The EU Commission considers the sanctions against Belarus after the landing order of a Ryanair aircraft to be justified. Russia is shocked. The EU Commission defended the new sanctions against Belarus. The verdict was unanimous. This is an attack on democracy, this is an attack on freedom of expression, and this is an attack on European sovereignty, said EU Commissioner Ursula von der Leyen. This monstrous behavior requires a strong answer, she said. Germany welcomed the decision to block EU airspace for Belarusian airlines. I think that's absolutely necessary and right. This is a measure that will have very noticeable consequences, not only for the airlines but also for the country, said Federal Minister of Economics Peter Altmaier in the political talk of a German newspaper. That is just a first step. We must by no means be negligent or look the other way. This is a case of fundamental importance, he said. The situation in Belarus has been worsening for 6 months. We can't accept that, and that's why we need a clear answer now, he says. After the summit resolutions, government spokesman Steffen Seibert spoke of a unanimous and clear response to the unacceptable approach taken by the Belarus leadership. Authorities of the Republic of Belarus forced a Ryanair plane with more than 100 passengers to land on Sunday on its way from Athens to Vilnius, allegedly because of a bomb threat. A MiG-29 fighter jet also rose, as the military in Minsk confirmed. On board the passenger plane was the blogger Roman Protasevich, who was internationally sought after by the country's leadership and who was arrested shortly after the forced landing in Minsk. The EU then imposed further sanctions on Belarus on Monday evening. The sanctions include a ban on the use of EU airspace for Belarusian airlines. They should also no longer be allowed to take off and land at airports in the EU. It was also agreed on additional economic sanctions and an expansion of the list of people and companies against which asset freezes and the EU entry bans apply. The EU also stopped investments of around 3 billion euros in Belarus. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the money will not flow until Belarus takes a democratic course again. There will be a very clear answer from the EU. A spokesman for the EU Council President Charles Michel said the sanctions should hit the Belarusian economy, among other things. We will not tolerate attempts to play Russian roulette with the lives of innocent civilians, Michel said after the summit discussions. Chancellor Angela Merkel condemned the unprecedented approach by the Belarusian authorities. Protasevich and his girlfriend Sofia Sapega should be released immediately. US President Joe Biden condemned the forced landing of the passenger plane. With a view to possible sanctions against Belarus, Biden said he had instructed his team to develop appropriate options to hold those responsible to account. This should be done in close coordination with partners such as the European Union. The incident was scandalous, said Biden. The president said he supported the call for an international investigation into the incident. He also welcomed the sanctions introduced by the EU. Belarus' most important ally, Russia, has remained with the regime even after the incident. Foreign Office spokeswoman Maria Zakharova wrote on Facebook that Western countries had also committed kidnappings, forced landings, and illegal arrests in the past. The Belarusian Foreign Ministry rejected the allegations from the West and accused the EU in particular of war rhetoric. The authorities acted fully in accordance with international rules. Ryanair boss Michael O'Leary described the aircraft diversion as a case of state-supported aircraft hijacking, of state-supported piracy. The relationship between Belarus and the West has been deteriorating for a long time. The EU did not recognize the presidential elections a year ago because of fraud. The regime of ruler Lukashenko reacted to the peaceful protests in the country against the election with massive violence. And now, after I finished that script here, Lukashenko for the first time himself said something about the incident, and he justifies everything. He said taking down the plane was completely legal, stopping them by force was completely legal, and what do you expect from a dictator? And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.